Okay, day 2. I'm going to start with okay. I'm going to try to stop to do that. Sorry. We are in day 2 of surface area volume. Okay, our objective today is I can identify the nets of a prism, and I can draw/create nets with accuracy of cubes, rectangle prisms, and triangular prisms. So those are our objectives today. Look at a tissue box that is the shape of a cube. What will it look like if you flattened it out? What edges might you need to cut? And it says to draw a diagram showing your thinking. So on a piece of paper, I want you to draw a diagram of how you think that might look if you did flatten out a cubed tissue box. Okay, so you can pause the video and you can draw that cube or that what you think a flattened out cube tissue box would look like. Okay, so hopefully your drawing was similar to something like this. A cube has 6 square faces, which we learned about last time, and a net of a cube also has 6 square faces. It can be cut along the red edges and flattened as shown. So it shows where you would cut if you were going to flatten that out. Figure 8 is the net of the cube. So this is something we talked about last year and that we did last year. It's the net. A net is a plane figure that can be folded to make a solid. A solid may have more than one net. This is another net of a cube. So the net doesn't always have to look the same. Along with edges of a cube, which edges of a cube would you cut to get this net? So think about that. Think of that as the square tissue box. How would you need to cut that to make it look like that when it was folded out? It definitely would be different than the way you cut this one, right? Okay, so now look at a tissue box that has a rectangular prism shape. What would it look like if you flattened it out? What edges might you need to cut? Draw a diagram to show your thinking. Compare and contrast this net with the net of the cube tissue box. So on the same piece of paper, draw what you think that this rectangular tissue box would look like if you were to cut it and flatten it out. And then compare what was different about the one that you drew of the cube and this one for the rectangular prism. A rectangular prism has 6 rectangular faces. Now they are not all the same. Any 2 of the parallel faces can be its bases. So it just depends on which way it's sitting. In any prism, any pair of parallel faces can be considered bases. So like I said, all faces of a cube and a prism, a cube and a rectangular prism can become bases, but not all bases, not all faces can be bases. So like in a triangle prism, not all the faces can be bases because bases must be parallel to each other. Okay, it can be cut along the blue edges in one and flattened as shown. Or it can be cut like this. A triangular prism has 3 rectangular faces and 2 parallel triangular faces that are the same shape and size. These can also be called bases. The triangular faces are the bases of the prism because they are congruent parallel faces. These are 2 nets of triangular pyramids. A triangular prism can also look like the one below. It has 3 rectangular faces and 2 parallel faces that are right triangles. The right triangles are called, they're called the bases. Okay, create a net of a cube, rectangular prism, and a triangular prism. So that's going to be your assignment today. So let's get out of here, and I'm going to show you where you're going to do that. So you are going to go to, I'm going to give you a link for GeoBoards again. We've used this in the past. And as you can see, I've already drawn 2 nets using the bands. So I'm going to quickly do another net of a triangular prism. And I think I'm going to haven't used orange yet. Hope I have enough room here. Okay. And, oh, we might not be able to do that on this one. Because, well, we're going to have to go big like this. Okay, so I'm going to have to you'd probably have to do yours closer together, or you could do one and then take a screenshot of it, do another one, take a screenshot of it, and do a third one and take a screenshot of it. But I just wanted to show you one quick tool that will make it easier, especially when doing the cube and this one. Right here at the bottom of your screen, there is this duplicate thing. So if you just click on this one until it's highlighted like this, its points are enlarged like that. And then, whoops, what's going on? And then you click, oh, darn it. Then you click this duplicate, it will give you another triangle, and it allows you to rotate it. So in this case, I could move this down to right here, and then when you unclick it, it will write itself to connect to the point, so you don't have to get it exactly where it needs to go. Okay, and then I would just take another elastic here and I would drag it between these to create the base. As you see, I'm not going to have enough room to create a another one over here. Okay, so I would then match this, because I have to create 2 identical faces, right, that would match this. So then I would put one over here. So my suggestion is to do them individually, take a screenshot, and then start fresh and do your next one and next one. I need you to share all your screenshots with me or attach them to the assignment. And I will maybe I'll just put a Google Doc in there that you can then attach them to that doc and turn that in. Okay? I hope you have fun with this.